The Stonewall Riots began on June 28, 1969, when New York City police raided the Stonewall Inn, a gay club located in Greenwich Village. This raid sparked a riot among bar customers and neighborhood residents, as police roughly hauled employees and customers out of the bar, which led to six-day protests and violent clashes with law enforcement outside the bar on Christopher Street. In neighboring streets and in nearby Christopher Park, the Stonewall Riot served as a huge moment for the gay rights movement in the United States around the world.
The 1960s and following years were not welcoming times for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender Americans. An example is in New York City, it was illegal for same-sex relations. These led LGBT individuals to go to gay bars and clubs, places of refuge where they could be themselves openly without fear. However, the New York City State Liquor Authority penalized and shut down places that serve alcohol to known or suspected LGBT individuals, arguing that the mere gathering of homosexuals was disorderly. People did not stand for this and led to riots, and the regulations were overturned in 1966, and the LGBT community could be served alcohol, but engaged in gay behavior in public was still illegal, so police harassment in gay bars still continued.
When police raided Stonewall Inn on the morning of June 28, it came as a surprise. The bar wasn't tipped off this time. Armed with a warrant, officers entered the club, roughed up patrons, and finding bootlegged alcohol, arrested 13 people, including employees and people violating statute's gender-appropriate clothing statute. Fed up with constant harassment and social discrimination, angry patrons and neighborhood residents hung around outside the bar rather than disperse, becoming increasingly agitated as the events unfolded and people were aggressively manhandled. At one point, an officer hit a lesbian over the head as he forced her into the paddy wagon. She shouted to onlookers to act, inciting the crowd to begin to throw pennies, bottles, cobblestones, and other objects at the police. Within minutes, a full-blown riot involving hundreds of people began. The police, a few prisoners, and a Village Voice writer barricaded themselves in the bar, which the mob attempted to set on fire. After breaching the barricade repeatedly, the fire department and a riot squad were eventually able to douse the flames, rescue those inside Stonewall, and disperse the crowd. But the protests, sometimes involving thousands of people, continued in the area for 5 more days, flaring up at one point after the Village Voice published its accounts of the riot.
Though the Stonewall Uprising didn't start the gay rights movement, it was an amazing huge force for LGBT political activism, leading for numerous gay rights organizations, including the Gay Liberation Front, Human Rights Campaign, GLAAD, formerly Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, and PFLAG, formerly Parents, Families, and Friends of Lesbians and Gays. In 2016, President Barack Obama designated the site of the riot Stonewall Inn, Christopher Park, and the surrounding streets and sidewalks a national monument in recognition of the area's contribution to gay rights.